Hello chess lovers, Soren is here and I have another fantastic game for you played by the second world chess champion Emanuel Lasker, who was world chess champion for 27 years. His opponent is an amateur chess player named William Gooding. This game was played in 1908 and this was a chess simul. Lasker, who had white pieces, started with e4. This is how it goes. The one who gives a simultaneous exhibition is usually playing with the white pieces. e6 by Gooding. Black is going for French defense, d4, d5, knight c3, bishop b4. We see the Winawer variation, e5 and knight e7. The most popular move is c5, but in the game we see knight e7, which is the second most popular move. Queen g4. The queen is coming to target black's king side, knight f5, knight f3 and knight c6. As you know, in French defense, bringing into life this c5 move is one of the most important ideas, but when you are playing knight c6 you are blocking the pawn's advancement, and now black has to make efforts in order to free his position. Bishop d3, h5, Queen f4, knight e7 and bishop d2. I am inclined to think that this was a blunder by Lasker, and it turns out that after knight g6, queen g5, bishop e7, black is managing to trap white queen. But Lasker didn't resign and captured on f5. Bishop takes g5, bishop takes g5. Now the black queen is under attack, queen d7 and bishop takes g6. White is creating more weaknesses in black's camp. Now if we have a look at the position, white got two knights against the queen, which is actually an insufficient material against the queen, and actually black has an advantage. But the position is closed and still white can give a fight. f4, black castles king side, white castles queen side. We have opposite side castlings, and now white will try to organize an attack on the king side. b6, g4, white wants to rip open black's king side and target black king, and c5, not a good move. Usually in typical positions, black is first playing a6 and then is bringing into life this c5 idea in order not to allow the knight intrusion. But in this case, black could actually capture on g4 if rook g1, then play bishop d7. Both develop the bishop, take under control this diagonal and then prepare c5. But in the game after g4 we see c5 straight away. Now comes knight b5, king h7. Black is overprotecting the pawn on g6 because after knight d6 the queen should move away from this f7 square. Now comes rook g1 and h takes g4, after which white is gaining advantage. It was better to develop the bishop and then capture on d4, try to create a counterplay on the queen side. Instead we see h takes g4, rook takes g4, bishop a6, but already it's too late. In this position Emanuel Lasker landed a heavy punch. Can you find his next move? Ready? He's simply captured on g6. Right now the knight can't be captured because of this bishop d8 discovered check, and black is losing his queen. Or if a move like king h5, then in this case black can even get checkmated. Let's go back. That's why after knight g6 bishop e2 was played, but now comes rook h4 check. White is insisting on sacrificing the knight. Now if king g8, then rook h8 checkmate. That's why we see king takes g6, rook g1. Again white is threatening a discovered check, which can even lead to a checkmate. For example, if you capture on d4, then bishop d8 check followed by rook takes g4 checkmate. After rook g1, understanding that his position is hopeless, black captured on d6. But Lasker didn't even pay attention to this queen and he went for a mating combination. Here comes bishop f6 check, king f5. Well, if king f7, then rook takes g7 and then he takes d6. This is simply crushing. That's why we see king f5, rook g5 check, king e4, f5 discover check, king f3. Look at this fantastic king hunt. Now these two rooks together with a bishop will finish up black king. King e1 and the most precise move bishop h4. Right now white is threatening to give a discovered check and that's going to be a checkmate. bishop f1 was played a desperate move, and after rook e3 we see a brutal checkmate on the board. A very beautiful game, I think. Of course, it will be also interesting to know your opinion. What do you think? Was that a blunder or a carefully planned queen sacrifice? Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave your comments, and for more games, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Good luck!